So the weather's been nice. You're jonesing a little bit to get outside and do stuff. Well, here's one thing you do. Do you have ornamental grasses? That could be, and like there's some ornamental grasses that look like grass that really aren't grass. And that this is like tomato. So liriope is what I call it. It's a grass, gets a purple, more of a ground cover grass, and gets a purple bloom on the top of it. Usually the variegated is the most popular. Now, I call it liriope. Some people call it liriope. Those of you down south call it monkey grass. It's also known as lily turf. But no matter what you call it, you got to treat it the same as a grass. So this could be a low grass like that, or also if you've got a hardy pampas grass, or you've got some of the other varieties of pennisetum and hardy pennisetum and such, it's time to cut them back. And why do I cut them back? Why do you want me to cut them back now? The reason is because all that dead grass that you're looking at right now that we left there for the birds and for other animals and things, that the grass is going to grow from the middle, and all that dead stuff is going to be around it, and it's just basically going to go dead. But if you cut it back now and it's just maybe starting to green up on the inside, because all that old grass is not going to turn green, you've got to cut that back. So the most important thing is that there's a thing called the crown of the plant. All plants have a crown, and that it's where it comes out of the ground. It's like the point of no return, to where if you cut it below the point that it grows from, you're going to kill it. So you want to make sure that you don't cut it real low to the ground, because if you cut it real low to the ground, that may be a problem. You may be cutting it off, and like, I don't know if you ever cut your lawn and you scalp your lawn and all the grass dies. That's the same type of thing. So you want to go down, you want to go easy, maybe leave it 6 inches of stubble, and then it will outgrow that and that'll cover that up. That's probably the best way to go. So again, not too short. Now, shears. Don't fear the shears, right, Aaron?
That's right.
Don't fear the shears. And there are 2 types of shears, and like we don't even sell them or recommend them. There's an anvil type of shear where it's a sharp blade and it's a flat surface, and where you basically pinch the sharp blade against that flat anvil metal surface, and it crushes before it cuts. Throw those out, give them to a neighbor you don't like. Do something like that, because those are going to hurt your plants, no matter if it's grasses or if it's a fruit tree or if it's an evergreen. You want to have a scissor type where the blades cross each other, just like a pair of scissors does, and that you're going to make that cut so that it's a nice, sharp cut. So again, you're using a scissor type of pruners to make the cut on your grasses.
I always like to liken my pruning and my clipping to the samurais. You know, everything that they did was sharp. It's clean.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, the hori style.
That's right. You'll remember that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So again, you want to make sure you're getting it, and getting it clean. Some people, they take their lawnmowers and they ride over it at the highest rate. I don't recommend that.
No bueno.
But
that actually screwed mine up, my lawnmower, man, because I didn't realize.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not like fescue. It's
no.
Yeah. Although there is an ornamental fescue. So again, all right. So you go ahead and you get it cut. You make sure that you don't go too low, but you're going to make it clean up, make it look nice. And you're going to get rid of all those cuttings. Then you're going to take a spoma plant tone. Okay, you hear me? A spoma plant tone. Why? Because it is pH neutral. It is a great organic fertilizer that has a long residual, and that you're going to put it around what's called a drip line. So what's the drip line? Basically, the far edge of the grass plant, now that you've got it trimmed. That's the drip line. On a drip line on a tree, like so say you have a tree and you throw a gigantic tarp over your tree, wherever that tarp would hang down, that's the drip line around your plant. So that's easiest way to remember it. So you're going to use a spoma plant tone fertilizer around the drip line and feed each one. and that they'll be amazing. They'll grow great. There'll be less disease issues, and they'll just really come out nice and green rather than like a yellowish or a pale green. You have to feed these things. They need to eat. All of your landscape plants you need to feed. They are deplenished of nutrients in the soil because they're in the same place. So you need to replace those nutrients with fertilizing. It's not an option. Fertilizing is not an option. So make sure you go out there and you feed your plants. While you're at it, you can use Hollytone on all of your other landscape plants. Espoma Hollytone is a little bit acidic, the way that most evergreens and landscape shrubs like it. So again, cut back your grasses, cut them back to about 6 inches, and then you want to make sure you don't want to cut them too short. Be careful of that. You don't want to cut into the crown. And then you want to feed with Espoma plant tone all around the drip line.